welcome to Let's Talk AppSecOps. My name is Mark Lambert, and I'm joined today by a CEO and founder of Cybrize, Valmiki Mukherjee, who is also chairman and founder of Cyber Future Foundation and a Purple Book community member. So a very busy man and a very passionate man about cyber. As I discovered when we talked recently at Black Hat, and we were talking about the State of AppSecOps survey, which also talks about challenges of building a scalable AppSec program. And the number one challenge was hiring, building the team, educating the team. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that and kind of what led you to founding both the Cyber Future Foundation as well as Cybrize. So Valmiki, fantastic, great to see you again.
Hey, great to see you, Mark.
Let's talk about that.
Absolutely. Great to meet you again virtually, and hopefully you can meet soon in person. The cyberspace and the whole field is such expansive. It touches pretty much every part of business. Of course, it has its roots in technology, and now business is ran by technology. When we look at the different dimensions of this industry, the business aspect, the technology aspect, the entire risk management, national security, all of this put together, it makes a really great mix, right? So you have to look at these different dimensions and work with different partners, and that's what took me to putting together Cyber Future Foundation as to how can we have a multi-stakeholder organization and those stakeholders engaged on a regular basis, not just as a think tank, but we are mostly a do tank. We do initiatives and activities. And that's why you're so excited about the Purple Book community and the club. And from the get-go, it was rallying the community around the purpose of solving the AppSec issues that we have seen with this increasing dynamic changing environment and the application development changing with it. So that's the I would say technological as well as the community orientation of CFF. We are primarily a leadership organization. As much as we love to be part of this industry, I think there's been a huge disconnect between how cybersecurity has been presented to the board and the C-suite and the leaders and the business organizations. So we bring that to the forefront, and connecting businesses to cyber is our mission at Cyber Future Foundation. We are here to secure innovation, right? And using the innovation in security, which is where the Purple community comes in play. And that pretty much is around building guidances, frameworks, and all that. We had as a community a lot of resources that we could work with and different problems that we could solve. So personally, I chose a problem that I saw as a huge issue, that in cyber we kind of forgot about the people. Like, we talked about product, we talked about programs, we talked about projects and technology, but we kind of forgot about the people, and that's kind of the heart of everything, right? Securing businesses, as building technology, tools, products, services. We build it for the people in the society. So that led me to actually think very thoroughly, what problems could we solve, and what can be solved commercially, what can be solved on the not-for-profit side. So from the commercial side, we put together Cybrize as an organization, and I had the great fortune to work with many cybersecurity leaders and stalwarts in this space. So I reached out to Diana Kelly, who's my co-founder, and the two of us started Cybrize a few months back. And that's a platform for putting workforce and workplace together. It's basically a platform where you can plan your programs from end to end. Typically, CISOs start with an assessment or a project intake that is driven by a regulatory requirement or a digital transformation or just their general maturity assessment that they do, right? And then what? Like, we have all these things that are outlined, like these are the problems you got to solve. So Cybrize helps to walk through and bring a consistency into the way cybersecurity leaders and organizations put together their programs. So starting from assessment to strategy, prioritization, road mapping, implementation planning, all the way to pre-execution, right? So that we bridge that gap. So we are excited about all that we are doing, what we're doing with you and the Purple Book community, and hoping that both from the Cyber Future Foundation side, in terms of engaging more leaders and business leaders into the AppSec world, and from the Cybrize side, giving them a platform to build their programs, are exciting opportunities for us, right?
Yeah, and I think you really touched the heart of the problem today that we have in cyber, and especially application security, which is my personal background. There's a lot of tools and there's a lot of technology, and they're all supposed to help with it, but sometimes we forget that we need the people and the resources, and we need that community to help build awareness, help build education. So how do if I'm an individual, how do I get involved with CFF, for example?
So the engagement with CFF is quite simple, right? We have events and we have initiatives and projects. So one of the events that's coming up is the Cyber Future Summit. It's our annual meeting. This year, City of San Antonio is hosting us, the Cyber City. So we are excited to be there. The entire economic apparatus of San Antonio is coming together to work with us in this cyber journey together. Securing innovation, again, is our goal. So participate in the Cyber Future Summit. It's on October 26th to 28th. We are excited to be back in person, and I know Purple Book community and several leaders as well as the team itself is going to be in San Antonio. So, great place for us to get together again. So, being part of those events, and then we do our next event is in Davos. If you cannot come to San Antonio, hop on a plane, go to Zurich and drive over to Davos with us. That's an exciting trip. Very, thrilling trip as well in the middle of the winter, back again the regular rhythm. And our Cyber Future Talent Week, which is a week-long exercise of scrutinizing every problem, every supply chain issue, so to speak, in the cyber talent journey. So 3 opportunities to get together with us for events. But throughout the year, we have several projects. There are 3 critical projects that we are running right now. One is Project Gateway, which actually started as supporting the Afghan refugee resettlement, and now has we just finished a 3-month-long road trip of hosting career fairs for IT and cyber for these communities, and that is now extended to the domestic underserved and underprivileged communities. The next one we kicked off was the Project Indigo, is supporting the Ukrainian cyber. As you can imagine, this is a real war front, right? And as much as you can put together the resources to support them, we are doing so. Project Indigo is directly supporting that cause. And then Project Mahogany, we just kicked off last Friday at the NASDAQ headquarters boardroom, which basically brings cyber literally to the boardroom, right? And we're not talking about preparing cybersecurity leaders for board presentations. We are talking about preparing cybersecurity leaders for representation in the board, right? Which is a huge difference how we address this problem. So we are, participating in CFF at every level is open, and we are encouraging everyone to join this mission of securing innovation.
Yeah, and I think there are just not enough people that are cyber aware. It's a great opportunity for individuals to grow and expand and develop a career. I really like your projects, especially obviously Gateway, but Indigo kind of touches me on a family level as well. So I think everything that you guys are doing is amazing. Look forward to the summit. I hope to see you there in person. I know it was great to physically meet at Black Hat. So I definitely encourage folks getting engaged with CFF. Check out Cybrize, and kind of as Valmiki was talking about, kind of building that program is really, really important, and figuring out the right programs and the right techniques, given the organizational risk and the business risk associated with the application. And that delivery of innovation is critical for business success, but it's going to kill you if you're if it's insecure. So
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for the time today. Really appreciate it. Great conversation as always. And I look forward to seeing you physically soon.
Absolutely, Mark. Great talking to you. And thanks for having us. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Take care. Goodbye.